Hello, I'm Sandra, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to draw this simple potted plant in Procreate, and the only brushes you need for this tutorial are part of my free brush set, the Artist Duo brushes, which comes with a creamy paintbrush and a beautiful texture brush, and they're totally free. You just have to grab them from the link in the description box below. Or feel free to use your own brushes. I'll also be linking today's color palette and drawing sketch, so go ahead and grab all those free goodies if you'd like, and let's get started. Okay, so I've pulled up my sketch and I'm going to lower the opacity. You don't have to use a sketch for this, you can follow along with your own or freehand it as we go. The first thing I'm going to do is add another layer below the sketch, and this is for the pot. I'm going to grab this medium pink salmon color and use my Artist Duo paintbrush and outline the pot. And then I'll drag and drop the rest of the color in. Next, we're going to go back to the pot layer, tap on it one time and select Alpha Lock. We're going to grab the darkest pink color and fill in this rim. And then I'll grab the lightest pink color and fill in the inside circle of the pot. Next, we'll add a layer above the pot for the back leaves. We'll grab the medium green color and fill these two back leaves in using the same paintbrush. If you aren't following along with a sketch, that's okay. These shapes are pretty simple. You can outline some basic teardrop shapes, and the stems don't have to be perfectly straight. They can kind of wiggle and curve into the pot. After that, we'll add another layer for the front leaves, this time using the dark green color. Don't worry about making your leaves and stems exact. It's kind of fun to have a bit of wiggliness and imperfections, and that's how plants are anyways, all growing a little bit differently. Now add a layer above the pot for details. I'm going to tap the layer one time and select clipping mask. You can add any patterns or design details you'd like. I'm just going to draw a simple pattern using the lightest green color. Next, I'll add a layer above the back leaves and make it a clipping mask. I'll use the same light green and the same brush and start drawing in the veins of the back leaves. Then we'll add a layer above the front leaves and also make it a clipping mask. I'll grab the medium green color and now draw the veins for the front leaves. I'm going to turn off the sketch layer at this point. Now I want to create shadows and textures for all of the main color layers, as if my light source is coming from the top left, so all my shadows will be coming from the bottom right. So I'll first create a layer above the pot and above the pot details, making it a clipping mask, and then set the overlay to multiply. I'll grab the medium pink and use the Artist Duo paintbrush, and I'm going to create a solid shadow by brushing diagonally on this bottom right side. And make sure to get the little inside lip here of the pot where the shadow would be. Feel free to turn the opacity down if the shadow feels too strong. Then create a layer above the back leaves, clip it and set it to multiply. Grab the medium green, and we're going to swoop along the right sides of these leaves where the top leaves overlap, so we want to create that drop shadow. Then we'll outline the right side of the stems. Let's turn down the opacity for these shadows so the top leaves don't blend in. Now create a layer above the front leaves, clip it and set it to multiply. Grab the dark green, and we're going to outline the right sides of these leaves and any sections that are facing the right. Let's turn down the opacity for these shadows. For our last shadow, I'll create a layer underneath the pot and set it to multiply. I'm going to grab this medium pink and create an oval shape. You can press and hold to lock in a perfect circle or oval shape, and I'm going to have the shape dragging a bit in this right direction. I'm going to turn the opacity down about halfway, otherwise the color blends into the pot. Now you can leave this illustration flat with flat shadows, or you can add textures, which is what I'm going to do next. For the textures, I'm wanting to create a really basic texture of where the light would be hitting. I'm going to add a layer above everything I've done for the pot so far and clip it to the pot. This time I'm leaving the layer normal, I'm not changing the overlay at all. I'm going to grab my light pink and grab my Artist Duo texture brush. Feel free to use whatever texture you want, and I'm going to lightly brush across the left side where the light would be hitting the pot. So you can go as light as you'd like, or you can keep kind of pressing in one area to make that texture show up more. Next, we'll add a layer above the back leaves, clip it, and we're going to follow the same technique. I'm going to grab my lightest green and the same texture brush and sweep the texture across. I'm going to flip and turn my canvas to move the texture around a bit. Lastly, I'll add a layer above the front leaves, clip it. I'm going to grab my medium green this time, and once again I'm sweeping my textures along each of the leaves, giving that subtle light texture. Alright, and we are all done. We have this simple stylized potted plant with shadows and lighting, and you only needed 2 brushes to make it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more tutorials. I greatly appreciate all the support. Thank you, and see you next time.